people get involved in your campaign. They say, you know what, I love this woman, I love what she's doing, she's fighting for us.
And I expect all of you guys to get involved with conservative media.
Do you have faith in Janet Napolitano to keep you safe from harm? These people are speaking it out here. They're letting you know what's going on. This is John Villarreal reporting for Conservative New Media.
Conservative New Media viewers, what's up? It's me, John D. Villarreal, the four-time national champion in powerlifting, the bronze medalist at the World Championships in powerlifting, and also the national class wrestler and judo guy, and also a studier of ninjutsu, taekwondo, aikido, and boxing. Now, you know we love MMA. That's been well discussed and displayed over the years, and we've been right about our MMA calls for years and years as well too. I mean, I don't know how accurate we are, but it's extremely accurate. 90% plus wouldn't surprise me. Paul, this is an unbelievable matchup. This is basically the dream matchup that everybody's been wanting to see. I predict there might even break a pay-per-view record. Although maybe not, because when Brock fought Couture, I mean that was two huge names. But I mean within the MMA community, I mean because that basically had crossover appeal. But within the MMA community, I mean this is a dream matchup. I mean two freight trains colliding July 3rd in Las Vegas. Shane Carwin, the interim heavyweight UFC champion, versus Brock Lesnar, the reigning UFC heavyweight champion. I mean, this is unbelievable. Finally, Brock's going to face a guy with maybe the power to at least challenge him, and someone that, frankly, can outstrike him. What do you think about this matchup? This is something that the fans are going crazy for.
This is the premier matchup that can be made in the UFC heavyweight division. Like you said, Shane Carwin, if he hits you, can take you out. As nobody's lasted one round with Shane Carwin. So I love it. This is going to be exciting. It should be a real brawl, and I can't wait.
Who do you like in this fight, and how do you think it's going to unfold? I've got a couple different theories.
It's tough to pick. Look, if I have to pick somebody, I gotta pick Brock, because Brock's such a freak. He knows that Carwin can hurt him, and the truth is, if you look at Brock, got ridiculously long arms. So if he's able to either stay at a distance and shoot punches, or else just go in and shoot and take Carwin down, I think he's going to be able to control it. But, look, one punch from Carwin can change everything.
One punch from Carwin can definitely change everything. Now, I think, wow, this is tough. You know what? Brock's a lot smarter than people give him credit for. And as strong and as big as Carwin is, Brock's bigger and stronger. Okay? So, I don't believe the stats on Carwin. I haven't for a long time. I don't think he's anywhere near as tall as they try to say that he is when you see matchups against him and other people. Let me put it to you like this. Carwin's shorter than Mir, and Mir's shorter than Lesnar. That's all you need to know. Okay? And Brock, Brock, they list him as 6'3", but I think he's a big 6'3". The guy is definitely a beast. He's every pound of 265. The guy may come in on the scale. Nothing would surprise me that Brock, he'll make the weight, but then he comes in the ring at 280, 290, who knows. Now, it's going to be interesting to see, because Brock had his stomach sickness there. He was in the hospital. The guy thought he was going to die. He says he's fine now, but it takes a while to recover and get back and all that type of stuff. I have no doubt that Brock's trained super hard at his gym. He doesn't let any cameras in. He does his thing. The guy is an absolute beast. If we see the Brock of old, and that has to be a big caveat right there. If we see the Brock of old, I do think the Brock of old is going to win this. Even though Carwin is explosive. No one's made it out of the first round. The guy has hands of stone and can light you up. Because I think Brock is very, very smart. Again, it was the same arguments that we heard with, Mir and his jiu-jitsu. Oh, he was going to do this and that, and black belt and nog, and you know what? Brock's bigger. He's stronger. He is a better wrestler. He's an unbelievable wrestler. And I think that, you know, you can't knock someone out.
Part of this, too, is that as good of an athlete as Carwin is, and he is, because, again, I think he was All-American Championship wrestler in Division II, Brock's just a freak athlete.
Brock's a freak athlete, and anything that Lesnar, anything that Carwin's done, Brock's done it better. Brock's bigger, he's stronger. He was basically in camp for the Minnesota Vikings. He's been the WWE champ, and I mean that takes some athletic ability, even though, you know, it's sports entertainment. But more importantly, wrestling versus wrestling, dude, All-American Division II is nowhere near the same as, I believe, a multi-time NCAA Division I heavyweight champion, and that's what Brock was. So I mean, you know, Brock is just better, and I think that we've seen that he's very smart in how he controlled Mir and how he basically uses wrestling to, you know, control him and stay out of any danger. And I think we can see that again. You know, he's going to be able to muscle Carwin, or at least Carwin can't muscle him. And I think that, you know, he's got a really big gas tank, can go. And you can't knock someone out when you're tied up. It's as simple as that.
I would think two other quick points. One, Brock Lesnar, I know, brought in Randy Couture to train with him in this camp, and that's good. And also, Brock Lesnar has been reportedly actively working on his striking. So, I mean, if he's able to actually put together some really good punching ability with his enormous power and huge reach, well, you know, that's dangerous.
Well, there's no doubt about that. And we've never seen Brock in serious trouble being staggered. I mean, he was stunned a little bit, I believe, in the Couture, and then there were rumors, we didn't really see it in the Mir fight, that, oh, the knee made him see butterflies. I don't know. It didn't really show up in the ring, quite frankly. Anyone can be knocked out, but Brock has an enormous head and neck, so that's got to have some extra protection versus you know, the power of Carwin. That being said, on a break, on a stand-up, when they start, it does start on the feet. I mean, if Carwin lights him up and connects, I mean, anything can happen. I mean, Carwin has serious knockout power. So if I have to predict, you know, someone was, you know, making me lay a bet down in Vegas and say, hey, what do you think how it's going to, I would say, you know, 2/3 of the time to 60% of the time, Brock's going to win, should win this. I think Carwin's got a 1/3 to 40% chance to win this based upon what we said. I do think it's going to, oh man, you know, it's 5 rounds. Yeah, we ain't going to see a decision. It's just two big guys that have too much power. It's not going to go to a decision. I give it to Brock. It's going to be a hell of a fight, and, you know, anything can happen with these guys. So, you know, don't blink. That's all I can say right there. And look, and that's the flip side to Brock too. We've never seen Carwin out of the first round. So, you know, how much gas does he have against a monster like Brock? That's going to be very interesting. Very, very interesting fight. The undercard for that, Wanderlei versus Sexyama. Let's hit on that very, very quickly. You know, I love Sexyama. He's a great fighter. And Wanderlei has been through a lot of wars, even though he's not that old. But I think that what you said off camera was right. I think that Wanderlei, now that he has his nose fixed and can breathe better, and is fighting a guy that's smaller than him, who he might be able to muscle and stuff like that, I like Wanderlei in this fight. But you know what? I mean, Sexyama is extremely live in this, and that guy can absolutely win this fight too. I mean, how do you see this fight?
Look, you know, this fight should be a terrific fight. You know, Yoshihiro Yama, aka Sexyama, he's only lost one time in his fighting career, and that was like 5 years ago to Jerome LeBanner, and in K1. The guy is tough. He is exciting. He really can strike, and everybody knows what Wanderlei brings. So, you know, I don't know. I really don't know. The one thing I will say is, not sure if Wanderlei, you know, has the chin that he used to have.
No, he doesn't.
And that's an issue. I mean, we've seen that. We've seen, you know, Chuck Liddell's chin like become soft as a noodle. And I don't know. You know, anybody can win this fight if they land a shot.
everyone can win the fight if they land the shot. And I think that Wanderlei has become a little too one-dimensional over the years. You know, a little bit too much wild looping, you know, axe murder, swinging, this and that, whatever. We've seen less knees. We've seen less submissions. All that is in Wanderlei's, you know, arsenal, but we haven't seen it. I do think he looks better at 185. I do think that he is a lot better now that he, you know, he's going to fight guys of the right size in terms of reach and weight and stuff like that. And I think that he's better now with the surgery. And it also depends on which Wanderlei shows up. He comes in shape. He looks good. I think we're in good shape. You know, but I mean, Sexyama, I think, has a more wide-ranging, complete arsenal. You know, I take this as a pick 'em fight. It just really depends on what Wanderlei shows up. I think that, you know, Sexyama's on the way up. He has more of a wide-ranging arsenal right now today. But I think that, you know, if the right Wanderlei shows up, if he is fixed and he's ready to, you know, to get in there, then he's got more power, more strength, you know, and so we'll see.